Hello, I'm David Chaston with 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz. This week, get everything you need to know in 90 seconds at 9 o'clock. With news, the Europeans are now struggling with two major political crises that have strong economic implications. But first up today, the overnight dairy auction came with very little change, marginally lower by just 0.2% in US dollar terms on good volumes offered. In New Zealand dollars, prices are up 1.4%. The big mover, however, was whole milk powder price, which gained 2.1% in US dollars and was up 3.6% in New Zealand dollar terms. Overall prices are essentially unchanged, however, since June, and nothing today will cause any reassessment of farmgate milk prices. International news is light because the Northern Hemisphere is now deep into its holiday season. Market trading volumes are also light. Wall Street has given up much of yesterday's bounce, with the S&P 500 down 0.6% so far. This follows European markets overnight that turned negative on the situation in Italy. Yesterday, Asian markets marked time, but the ASX 200 was up 1.2% and the NZX 50 was up 1%, both outliers on the international scene. In Canada, data for June manufacturing sales was disappointing, down because of sharpish falls in sales of coal and oil. In China, their bank sold a net $6.1 billion of foreign exchange in July, the least in a long time. This is signalling that capital outflows from China are drying up quite quickly, and the August flow is expected to be even less. The devaluing yuan won't help, but at least it isn't causing them capital flight. In Italy, their coalition government has collapsed, plunging the country into deeper political turmoil and triggering a scramble to form a new coalition or hold snap elections that the far-right populists would likely win. It was the far-right coalition partner who pulled the plug. In the EU, they have rejected the UK's demand that there be no hard border with Ireland in the event of a hard Brexit. It looks like a formal border crossing will now need to be re-established. In Australia, consumers are getting worried about their general economic situation. The latest ANZ Roy Morgan Consumer Sentiment Survey has the overall index falling below its long-run average, and the perception of future economic conditions falling a massive and sudden 8%, and that's its lowest level since 2017. Aussie retailers will worry that the Good Time to Buy index fell sharply as well. The US Treasury 10-year yield is still at 1.56%, unchanged from this time yesterday, and giving up a brief rise to over 1.6% in the interim. Gold is back higher today and now at $1,506 an ounce, a gain of $8 overnight. US oil prices a little changed today at just on $56 a barrel. The Brent benchmark is up slightly to $60 a barrel. And the Kiwi dollar is little changed as well at 64.2 US cents. On the cross rates, we're stable at 94.7 Aussie cents, and against the euro, we're still at 57.8 euro cents. That leaves the TWI at 69.5. I'm David Chaston. That was 90 at 9, brought to you by interest.co.nz.